Scorpio, what's up? This is your Hidden Truths reading about love and romance, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. So, this is for a connection that's going through something a little bit hard. Trigger warning, there is some third party stuff going on, and I think that either you have recently become aware of it, Scorpio, or you're starting to feel or sense that this is possible, and you might be learning the truth about this here pretty soon. Okay, so that is the vibe. If you are in a happy, loving, harmonious connection, baby, don't even watch this, because I don't want you to even have a doubt, waking somebody up out of their sleep like, don't. Just, if you know that your love is good and everything feels good, I will see you next week, my honey. This is not probably for you, okay? I say it lovingly. Welcome back. So, I have a placement out here for the connection, what the vibe and the tone is of the relationship, because, there's the person, the connection, there's you, Scorpio, and what you all create when you come together. So there's a placement for that. Then I have a placement for you, and then I have a placement for the person that is on your mind and on your heart. You could still be dealing with this person, because there's something about this vibe that does not feel like it is completely over, even though there's this suspicion or you have identified that there's a third party. It just feels like there's a lot of emotion here still. I don't see any final completion cards. That's just the truth. I know, Scorpio. You're looking at me like, it's over, girl. I get you. Then have that. But according to what Spirit is saying right here, almost there, but there's some unfinished business. So I'll get into it. The first card that popped out, looking at this connection, is love language and gift giving. And beneath that, it says tokens of reciprocity hold cherished memories. So it feels like right now, for those of you where you are not speaking or you're not exactly in the same connection that you're in, it feels like you all, when you were together and you all were thick doing your thing, there probably was a lot of gift giving, different things to show appreciation. And in this challenging time, you or the person that you're dealing with, you're revisiting that. It could be music, it could be art, it could be clothing, it could be jewelry, diamonds, whatever it is, but it's something right now that it feels like you or this other person you're looking at, because that is how you feel a sense of closeness to this connection in your time apart. Manifesting the one is out here, and it says very soon your true love will arrive. There are a couple of things that I want to say about that card, manifesting the one. For some of you, the reason why this whole third party thing with this other person was kind of weird is because they really checked off all the boxes. They have it all together, and by looking at this person and interacting with this person, by how this love began to unfold, it really just felt like this was the one. Okay, this was the person that you really want to be with. Now, I will say this third party thing, it does not feel like you are, it does not, I could be not getting all of the pieces, but the main thing that I'm feeling is that you are not the person who's married to this person. You and this person just recently connected. Okay, that's what I want to tell you, just to keep it straight as I'm describing all of this so you don't get confused. Another thing that I want to say about this manifesting the one card out here, very soon your true love will arrive. It kind of feels like for you, this is also another spirit message for those of you Scorpios who have decided to completely leave the connection, or you're not in a connection right now. Maybe the third party stuff was in your recent past. It kind of feels like whatever you're doing right now to heal yourself, build yourself, you are going to be manifesting the one, and it's quite possible that's something else that came up to share. And then there's the third party card that popped out beneath my deck, okay? You may be dealing with a karmic situation, and I will say that in this connection, it's been kind of a hard time. This person likely checked off all the boxes for the most part, and you were already feeling in this connection like you were going through a hard time with the Five of Pentacles. And then I confirm this energy and got the 5 of Swords, and it popped out in reverse. So it was sitting on my table looking like this. 5 energies are very challenging because 5s come to test us. And if we're able to get through the 5 energy in any cycle in our life, it can be in money, love, finances, spirit. When we get to that stage of 5, if we can get through that, then we really do kick into freedom, and then we rebalance at 6. And so with these 2 5s here, there was some challenging stuff going on in the connection anyway. For some of you, it could have been that in this connection, you kind of hit hard times, or maybe you were dealing with this person and, making space for the fact that maybe they were going through a hard financial time. But it just seems like there was some challenging energy that you all were working through. And then Scorpio, you are incredibly loving, transformative. You have a lot of patience, a lot of empathy with you. And so it could have also been that you were sensing that it was a little bit more tumultuous than it needed to be, but you're like, okay, this is what a love partner will do. They're going to hold it down. And it kind of felt like you were trying to push through. And then also in this connection, the Wheel of Fortune came out here, and I confirmed this energy with the 8 of Swords as well as the 4 of Wands. So it kind of feels like in this connection, you were kind of like, you and this other person were kind of binded in this connection in some interesting way. I know that's an interesting word, but kind of bound and binded into this connection in a way that it almost felt like you could not get past the hardship energy, right? To get to the point where you can have your happy home, your love, your family. And so for some of you, you are feeling this tension, like, why can't we go to the next step? Why can't we hang out for the holidays? You're looking at the signs of what this block was for you to be able to meet the family, do all the things that couples do. And lo and behold, you came to find out that there was a third party, potentially a wife or a husband in this connection. I'm really feeling feminine energy, that there was someone who was married to a feminine energy, okay? I'll share more with you in a moment about why that is. So out of that, you just began to, you had to evaluate what's been going on. For some of you, you're not quite there yet. You have suspicion that there is another person. You have suspicion that the reason why the relationship is not moving as naturally as maybe you'd like for it to move, you have a suspicion that there's some other thing happening in the background that you're not aware of. And continue to explore that, because everyone's not dealing with a third party situation. It's popping up in this reading, but in some connections, it really is just timing, or someone's not really wanting to share all of the details of their life, or they're wanting to go a little bit slower. So if you have not found out that there's some third party situation, but you're feeling some type of block in the connection, it's all right to just ask questions, to talk, continue to observe and to learn. And whatever it is that you need to understand, it will be revealed to you, because we are deserving of honesty in our connections, right? So just trust that what you need to know will be revealed to you, okay? So then I come on over to you, Scorpio. And I started with the Hidden Truth Oracle. And so the first card that popped out was, we need to let each other go. The second card that popped out is, I don't know, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. And then this third card here is, I feel you even though we are apart. So for some of you, you're apart, okay? And for a couple of you, you know that you're going to be done. That's specific, because for many of you, you're not talking right now because you're upset. But for some of you, you might end up reconnecting with this person. Okay, listen, divine will, free choice, free will, divine choice. It's up to you, right? But I'm sensing that really strong. So in this time of separation, and whatever that looks like for you and your connection, you're working through your intuition. You're thinking to yourself like, wow, how did I not see this coming? Okay. You're thinking to yourself, Scorpio, like, okay, this didn't line up, that didn't match up, but I did not think it was third party. And then for some of you, you're wondering, what is it that I'm missing? You're really suspicious, and you know that something is not being revealed to you here with the sun being in reverse. Also, too, with the Page of Swords and the Magician in reverse, another reversal card, it was like this on my table. This feels like, in terms of communication, it's like this other person was really good about being the magician, you know, with the gift giving, with spending time, doing a really good job of not allowing there to be a lot of room to believe that there could be an entirely different family, or a really important reason as to why you and this person have not been able to naturally progress out of the 5 stages into the loving, harmonious thing that you want, which timing allows usually. Just kind of seemed like a block there, and you were wondering about that. You were getting curious about that. You might have even, you know, asked some questions about that, just to try to get beyond a feeling of illusion, so you can get some clarity here. And maybe you're working through that energy right now, Scorpio. But nevertheless, with the Page of Cups, this is more communication, loving communication from this person, moving fast, hot and heavy. And so this also lets me know that, Scorpio, in this connection, you all do have a lot of romancing that happens, physical connection that has been used possibly to help disguise these other matters that may have needed your attention. Okay, that's been probably the way that this person has been able to keep the wheel rolling in this connection without progressing it in the way that, Scorpio, you'd like for it to progress, because they're really good about charming, they're really good about loving words, they're really good about hiding and keeping the light from being shown where it needs to be shown, so that you can have a clear understanding of what's going on. But I will also say that for some of you, Scorpio, this information, learning about the third party and the way that you learned about it, it has been enough for you, and you're like, I'm out of here. With the Knight of Wands here, the passion, you're like, I am really done with this. I'm not feeling this. This is not the life that I want. Okay, so you're really in your passion right now, and you're feeling determined to take that energy and move on, away and out of the connection. So beneath the deck is the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups for me as a reader, Scorpio, feels like new love, right? So there are a couple of things I want to say to you about that. It's that if you decide to move on and you want something different, healthier, more authentic, obviously with the manifesting the one card out here as the connection, I am reading for you. So your energy is dominant here. There is potential for you to have a connection that is equally advantageous, that you give a cup and they give you the equal cup, and it's pure, it's innocent, and it's genuine, right? So there's potential for that if you decide. Beneath this card is the Chariot. If you decide to be in your power and to move forward, this is you in the tarot. So that's what Spirit wants you to know too. If you decide to keep moving on and go in the direction that feels good for your spirit, your heart, and your soul, you absolutely can have what you want. You don't have to settle for this karmic situation. This is not your life. This is not your birthright to have people who are showing up like scrubs. I'm sorry, I said it. I'm not trying to send anybody, cross watcher, I love you. But what I'm saying is, if they're showing up in your life, not giving you a full cup, then you have to, you get to reorganize yourself, readjust yourself, and go after someone who's giving you what you're giving them. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. But it also lets me know that in this connection, there's something about this connection that feels new. I don't think that the two of you were married or are married, and that is what I was referring to a little bit earlier when I'm like, I don't feel like you are married to this person. But it could be, it could be that is true too, but I'm not really sensing that in this connection. Okay, so now I'm going on over to the person that you're dealing with in their connection. I'm going to tell you what's going on with them. The first card that popped out from the Hidden Truth Oracle is, I bury myself in work to forget about you. This person still want you, okay? I know that I messed everything up. I hope that one day you can forgive me. Beneath the deck, it was my fault, but I blamed you. Some of this energy from earlier, if you remember way back when I showed you these cards here, the 5 energies, 5 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles, sometimes when someone in a connection is doing what they're doing in the back, and they feel guilt and shame about that, in the connection, they might find blame with you. They might, you know, pick little bitty fights or kind of nag or one up in everything, because deep down what they're battling is a deep sense of guilt and shame. And so, Scorpio, if you were feeling like that, I want to let you know it's because this person deep down was feeling the immorality. They were feeling the weight of creating a sense of confusion or being the magician in this connection. Okay, so the first card that popped out for tarot for this person was the Five of Cups. So this is you, Scorpio. You could be dealing with another person who's a Scorpio. I also sense that you could be dealing with someone who might be an Aries, might be Sagittarius, might be a Taurus as well. But this also could be another Scorpio, okay, or Earth sign. I'm getting that vibe. But this Five of Cups here being you in the Scorpio, you in the tarot Scorpio, lets me know that they are missing you. You are on mind. They also could be a water sign, but something about how this all has happened, it is affecting them. I want you to know that, Scorpio. Sometimes when there's a loss or when we find out some shady stuff was going on, we want to know, like, did you even feel like who were you the whole time? This person has a conscience about this, at least a little bit, with the Five of Cups being here. Then the Empress popped out, and so I asked God and angel spirit guides to confirm this, and then the Emperor popped out as well, and it was placed on the table kind of like this. And in terms of the placement, this feels like a husband and wife, and it feels like this is the Empress, maybe this other part of the third party, and the person that you're dealing with being upside down in this union or in this relationship. They don't have to be married, but this is a strong energy if it was upright, which suggests that they've been through a lot together, that they have some type of very deep spiritual connection with each other. Again, sometimes marriage is what shows up in a reading that looks like this, and sometimes it could just be that they've been together for 10, 15 years. They've been around, they have children together. The Empress is pregnant with Idea, right? Theoretically, but possibly in this connection, they probably have a family together already, or they're planning it. And this person probably is unaware that this person that you've been dealing with is involved with someone else, possibly in love with you, Scorpio. So a couple more that popped out is the Seven of Cups. Again, this is you, Scorpio, in tarot. Again, you could be dealing with another Scorpio, and if so, this person's feeling upside down. The smoke has cleared. They're feeling worried that the love is going away with this. They don't feel like they're able to have complete access to you. They really do believe that they possibly have lost you. It's making them evaluate everything. So there's another card here. It says, I bury myself in work to forget about you. This is that energy. So they are finding a way to stay busy, to, you know, possibly get you off of their mind, but they're having a hard time with that. But this situation that they're working through with you and their other person, it's making them evaluate what they've been doing. What in terms of, what do I want my life to look like? Is this the life that I want? Is this the love that I want? They're kind of in a reflective space, because these were the two cards that popped out together. So seven energies, the subconscious. It's time to confront self. It's time to be honest with yourself and see what's going on. Then the World card popped out here in reverse, which feels like unfinished business with you, as well as the Eight of Wands to confirm that. If they have not already reached out, there's a strong vibe that they're going to, or they're going to try to connect with you to see if you all can continue on, to continue getting to a place where maybe they want to offer you what it is that they think that you want, okay? So again, free will, divine choice. Scorpio, this is your beautiful life and you get to live it. So I want you to know that whatever you choose, you get to have it. Despite what anyone says, despite all of that, it's all about you in this life. So let go of self-judgment, and I encourage you to continue to go after what you feel is best for you, because this person definitely wants to reach out to you and connect with you. Fast movement energy. You know, they really want to, you know, strongly get you into a place where they can connect with you, and who knows, they probably want to continue on. They probably want to offer something. I'm not able to see that right now, but I do feel like they feel like there's something that has gone unfinished, okay? And oftentimes when people feel like something is unfinished and is their fault, They want to regain a sense of closure in some way. They want, sometimes by fixing it, and it feels like this person is having that on their mind and on their heart. I'm going to finish this up for you, lovely Scorpio, and I'm going to get some Archangel message cards out here. Sometimes the card is related to love. Sometimes it's just something that Spirit wants you to know as you're working through any kind of tough energy. So I'm going to get some cards out here for you. God, angel, spirit guides for Scorpio to finish this message. What do you want Scorpio to know? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Oh, that kind of popped out. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Peaceful resolution is the first card that popped out, Scorpio. You know how that makes sense for you. You deserve peace. That's another vibe that's coming through as I look at that. Ooh, excuse me. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Spirit wants you to get very clear about what you want and walk that fine line. This person definitely is going to try to connect with you. Something from his side. His side. That's powerful. So I'm sensing that it's a masculine energy for sure. Something from their side, okay, despite the gender, but we can't deny that just came out. Something from their side is wanting to connect with you. The prayer for this, though, if you're needing to feel strength right now as you're going through this, it says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action toward realizing my dream. And I'm getting that vibe from you, Scorpio. You have a dream. You have a goal. There's something that you want, and I want you to know that you can have it. And Spirit wants you to know, like, you got this. Keep going. I love you, my dear Scorpio. I hope that you are well in the world, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.